Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. Friday, October 4th, 2024. You're never going to guess what just happened. Yes, we made history yet again. A new record high for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Make it up. Make this stuff up. You can't do it. It's impossible to do. Except you and I have been calling this for how many years now? Have we been saying we're going to see record, where everyone else is saying crash, crash, crash tomorrow? The port strike, that was the big one. Very few people. Some of you did. And I want to thank you. I got called out by so many people telling me how wrong I was, that I was leading my people to the slaughter by telling them to buy the market with the port strike. It was going to be over. Some, and I want to I just want to say this, did reach out to me and say, Greg, you were right and I was wrong. It takes a lot of guts to admit when you're wrong. It also is a freeing mechanism. Like when I'm wrong, I love to admit it. It just makes me feel like, okay, good. Anyway, look, people, we have a lot to talk about here. I believe there is an extremely high probability of a false flag occurring over this weekend, but it's not, in my view, what most of you think it's going to be. It's always the same story. Why am I saying that? Thanks, Mitch. Let's put this together. Port strike over and done, at least for now, till January 15th. Okay, let's just forget about that. Okay, the big event. It lasted 3 days. Okay, now we all understand what's going on here in the Middle East. Everyone's on edge. You got a lovely, illustrious, beautiful man of a president, and I want to vomit right now talking about Bidenstein, creature, puke thing, also not human. Okay, he's there right now explaining that, oh, this could happen, it may happen, it's going to happen. Now, everyone's got their eyes over there. Everybody's got their eyes in the Middle East. That's what tells me it's more than likely something's going to occur elsewhere. They want everyone to focus on the Middle East. Wait to see what Israel is going to do. It's already priced in. If any of you guys and girls think that this is not priced into the market, you're wrong. And that's why I was strongly warning this morning, some of my lions here getting in on these derivative trades on crude. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that at the end, people, because it's actually starting to get media coverage. You and I, we spoke about it first. I wonder if these people watch our videos here, honestly. But anyway, so here's my take on what's happening. It's always the same story. Look here, everyone. Forget about what may happen here. No, you and I we already know what's likely to happen over there, whether it's over this weekend or sometime soon. I don't know. But while they got you focused here, that's where something happens. And it's under the radar. It's always the same. So just be ready for it. I don't have to tell you that because you already have the high ground. Everyone here, part of this worldwide family, we have the high ground always. Now, with that said, let us move forward. So as I said, a new record high here for the stock market, Dow higher record. It's not done. And it has nothing to do with the so-called good economic news that we got. It's abysmal. And the market knows that. What the market knows is a lot more easy money is going to get pumped into it. And how do we know that? Because we heard from Fed President Goolsbee, whatever the freak we used to call him. I don't know. He made a pretty profound statement today, and we have to talk about that. I mean, of course, they're going to float these things out. These are also non-human, subhuman entities here. Again, they don't have a single human quality. They are all for themselves. You and I, we're just a means to an end. We grease the wheels with our blood and guts. And you can expect, it's a sad thing. Do you realize right now that people are going to be murdered and slaughtered in other parts of the world, blown to bits, children, women, men, people who can't fight for themselves? They will not be here with us come Monday. There's just no doubt about it. Anyway, cryptocurrency is doing real well today. People, we haven't seen anything yet. Now, I expect volatility here. A lot of you ask me if I'm still bullish on XRP. What do you think Greg Mannarino's answer is? I'm not even going to say it. All right. You all know what my answer is. I am a major bull with regard to the crypto space for a couple of reasons. The number one is because the market cap, the overall value of the space is so low. It's about the price of one Dow component, man. So anyway, that's my take. And crude oil continues to march higher. This is WTI. Brent way, way higher than that. Let us move forward. Now, we got this jobs number today. Absolutely fake propaganda. No bearing on reality. You remember how we lost like 1,000 jobs? They just vanished out of nowhere a few months back. Same thing's going to happen here. We're being propagandized, and there's no accountability. Why is that? Let me ask you. When you were watching the presidential clown show and then the vice presidential clown show, why no mention about that either? Because that would shed a bad light, of course, on the Federal Reserve, those providing us with fake data. You can't know that. But again, you must be distracted and deceived. That's what this entire thing is about, a deception on an epic scale. So anyways, it's kind of interesting how it's being portrayed. Dollar jumps to a 7-week high on strong jobs report. The jobs report is fake. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. Investors know it. Period. The end. And it's going to be revised anyway. Don't be surprised when another 1,000 jobs just vanish that they told us were created like last time. And everyone's going, oh, yes, look at the market. It's higher because of this great jobs report. It has nothing to do with it, man. And I'm going to tell you something else real quick before we move forward at all. So there's a pretty profound thing going on right now. And you're paying attention to it. I know you are, because you, my lovely friends, are watching the debt market. We're going to talk about higher interest rates in just a moment. So hold that, rude dog. It's great that you brought that up, because actually, I want to talk about that next. You guys and girls, you see how on the same page we are? We're absolutely on the same page, and I love that. All right? This is a family. Now, we're seeing, again, this knee-jerk into the dollar. This is fear. This is fear. It has nothing to do with anything else. The dollar is going to resume its downtrend on a massive scale. What do we know is going to happen? Currency devaluation, artificially suppressed rates. It's not going to stop. We just promised that. Oh, wait till you see what what do we call this guy? Goolsby? Not Goulstein the gargoyle, Fed Goolsby, whatever the freak that thing is. Anyway. Debasement trade. I love you guys and girls. You guys are amazing. Yes, the debasement trade is in effect. That's why you're seeing the market go up here, because again, the market priced in dollars, it's just going to take more dollars. Ghoul something or other. Yeah. Anyway, Fruit Boy, thank you. Anyway, I know about people when they pass away compared when they were. Why are people when they? I don't even understand what that means, but thank you for your support. Anyway, so again, knee-jerk into the dollar is not going to last. We know it's not going to last. The Fed's already told us what they're going to do. Central banks all doing the same thing. Bank of England broadcasting to the world what's coming next. I mean, come on, man. Currency devaluation, race to the bottom. It's not going to stop. It's just going to get more dramatic moving forward. Now, the reason why we're seeing this sell-off here in the debt market, and I know you guys, and actually, let me show. I have a chart I wanted to show you. The reason why we're seeing this, and you probably know this already. Now, here's what's going on here with the MMRI. MMRI, again, free to everybody. Link in the description of this video. This is pretty profound. We're still in a screaming downtrend here. This is weakening of the dollar. You see this jerk higher? This is strength of the dollar. This is, it's not going to last. This is also the sell-off in the debt market that we're seeing right now. Now, again, it looks like we've re-entered this downward trend. I can't imagine, and you know what? Nothing would surprise me that we're going to break out above this, but I don't think it's going to happen before the selection. The selection, it's all about the selection. Fake economic news is going to get even more fake. Propping up of the market, record. As you and I said, what happened from weeks ago? Here, we got another record now. We're going to get another record next week and the week after. That's going up, all right? Market is not crashing this month, all right? Ignore it. And what's happening in the Middle East and probably everywhere else is already being priced in here. The number one driver of this entire thing is the promise of lower rates right out of Camel's mouth, right out of Trump's mouth, both on the same page with regard to allowing the Fed to empower itself even more. In fact, helping the Fed in every way you want to look at. They have aligned themselves with the Federal Reserve, which means they are enemies. Mitch, thank you. Anyway, so This is an interesting phenomenon we're seeing. This sell-off here means cash that is coming out of the debt market. Where do you think it's going to go? I'm going to ask all of you right now because you're really smart. Every single one of you real smart. Cash is now coming out of the debt market in a pretty profound way. Are people going to sit in cash? Or do you think what people should be doing is buying commodities? But what this is institutional selling. You have to understand what you're seeing here. This isn't regular guys or regular girls. Selling, pushing yields higher, pushing mortgages higher. Okay, that's not going to last. I want to talk more about that too. That cash is going to make its way into risk assets. The mechanism is too simple. Okay, you know this because you've been with me long enough, most of you. Artificially suppressed rates, currency devaluation opens up a doorway for what to happen? For what? Bing, bing, bing. Cash to make its way into risk assets or the stock market. That's why you and I are going to remain long. We're going to continue to buy every dip that comes along until we get a spike, and I mean a big spike here. All right. I'll keep you on top of this. You know that I talk about the MMRI all the time. I got your back. You don't even have to worry about it. All right. We're in on this together. Anyway, so here's the deal. We got this happening. Mortgage rates spike after stronger than expected jobs report. Okay, has nothing to do with the jobs report. Okay, this is people dumping debt, institutions dumping the debt, getting prepared to pump it into the stock market. That's all it is. Cash moves from one reality, in this case, the debt market, moving into another reality, hyperinflating a stock market bubble, making everything look just perfect. Again, the economy here in the United States and around the world, we've never seen what we're seeing now. This is worse than any other time in history. But all we're hearing about is soft landings, soft landings, soft landings. We've already crashed. This entire thing is in a free fall. It's a meltdown, but you wouldn't know that. And they got people brain locked, okay, psyoped into saying, wow, the Dow Jones Industrial Average just closed at a new record. That must mean that the economy is booming. We're firing on all cylinders. Really? Then why is it that the Fed is in here instituting what is emergency monetary policy? People, it's in our face, man. They're laughing at us, but you and I are laughing back. Anyway, this is not going to last. And I'll tell you why it's not going to last. Look what Goolsbee said today. Okay, here we go. Bulletin. Rates can come down a lot despite the strong jobs report. There's no strong job report. It's propaganda. He knows that as well. But what he's telling you is what this is and why the market hit a record today on top of everything else that's going on here is because he was floated out to say, don't worry, guys. We're going to make sure rates remain so suppressed, so artificially pushed down, and we're going to devalue the currency to such an extreme because we have not one, but two presidential selectees promising you that they're going to help the Fed, in this case, Goolsbee. They're laughing. Kamala's on the phone with the Fed. Trump is on the phone with the Fed. And they're saying, don't worry. We've made people promises from here to eternity. You guys can print as much cash as you want out of thin air and buy it all. We've made sure that we've put the people in some kind of a brain lock. And we got them by the throat and by the you-know-whats. And you guys, you Fed, you can do anything you want now. Buy it all. They don't know what's going on. They're laughing on the phone. They're on a conference call. Kamala here, Trump here, and probably Goolsbee here. And they're laughing. The three of them on the phone. They're laughing at us. You want to talk about something funny? The bond king, the multi-super billionaire, Jeffrey Gundlach, he wants you to know something. The economy isn't working. Oh, well, thank you. Really? Jeffrey, can you believe this? Thank you. Look. What did I write here? Easing. Why? Come on, man. Oh, here we go. A soft landing is looking increasingly plausible. Are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me? Oh, here's, while we're on the topic of record highs, I just want to float this out. Here's Barron's. The S&P is headed to 6,000. How about it's headed way higher than that, more than likely? Come on. Here's why. How about tsunamis of easy money? The promises of lower rate, currency devaluation, We're going to come back to this one, too. Hold on a minute. Here. JP Morgan, they're ready to kick off their earnings, and everyone is really concerned about earnings. Earnings matter not. They matter nothing. Zero. PE ratios, forward guidance, all this stuff that used to matter. Don't matter anymore. It's about easy money. Does this sound about right to you? Yeah, it's exactly what's going on. And you and I, we couldn't possibly be in better spots than we are now, man. Now, listen, I ran a poll here. Do I lose the tie or I do not lose the tie? It looks like majority says no, keep the tie, Greg. So I'm going to keep the tie. No, I got called out a lot for this lovely thing here I have on my face. I don't know, man. What do you guys and girls want me to do? You tell me. Keep it, shave it. What do you want me to do? You guys say I do. You know, I work for you guys. That's it. You know that. I laugh at everybody else. I was going to say I have no boss. The Almighty is my boss. Period. You guys come in second. You understand? So anyway, with that, you guys let me know. You know, grow it, keep it. Looks like people want me to keep it for the most part. I know a lot of people don't like it. Some people want me to shave. Anyway, look, guys and girls, are we having fun here? Israel, thank you. I appreciate it. We always fun, right? We always have fun here. I love being here with you guys. And you have no idea. When I do my morning video and you guys and girls aren't with me, I miss you. I really do. You know, I sit here and I talk to myself, la, la, la. It's really not any fun. But when I'm here with all of you, I don't know, man. I just love it, man. Now, look, for my lions out here, traders are betting big on this. And I know, because I've heard from you, some of my lions are as well. Lions, be very cautious here. This is a skewed trade. I am not saying that you do not need to be long commodities. I want you in commodities. I think you need exposure here. But from what I gather from some of my lions out here is you've taken out pretty substantial leveraged bets on this. You know how these derivatives work. These are time decaying instruments. If we don't get a big spike, and soon you're going to lose cash. If it goes the wrong way because it's being priced into the market, you're going to lose cash. You could probably lose a lot. The fact of the matter is this trade is so skewed to one side, people betting on this happening very, very soon. It just tells me it may not. And I don't want anyone here to get hurt. I would say, just look, man. If you guys and girls are into this, that understand derivative trades and how to structure these things, and I'm not just talking about basic calls and or puts, which you could be doing here. Of course, there's a lot of ways to play this. Just be careful. All right. I don't want people to get hurt at all because that bothers me. My job, my responsibility, and I take this as serious as a freaking heart attack, is to all of you out here. I want to present actionable information. I want to present solutions. No one seems to be interested in solutions, not you. It's amazing, man. I'm so disappointed about the video that I did a while back. Look for the title where I said, here's some solutions, everyone. We can fix this. One of the poorest performing videos I've done all year. That tells me that people are not interested in solutions at all. And that bothers me. It really, really does. So look, man, if we understand that, look, the solutions are in our face. We understand, and maybe the reason why you're not interested in it, some of you, at least, is you're feeling almost helpless here. I understand that. It's a learned helplessness. This is a real thing. Look it up for yourself. You know, Pavlov's dog. When people feel powerless, look, people are, beyond any shadow of a doubt, being disenfranchised. All right. We have no say-so anymore. There's no accountability. And where does that come down to? Again, that state of learned helplessness. And it's this mind screw where people have been placed in this box, the red box and the blue box. They cannot come together. They cannot unite. This mechanism is so effective that they're laughing at us again. They're laughing at us again. No one's held to account. Trump could say anything, make things up. And even if the people that are backing it with Kamala, same story. She could make something up too. Either one of these things could say anything, make up anything they want. Their followers, or I should say worshipers, will not call them out. Won't happen. There's no accountability at all. And this is why the media is the way that it is. They know that they can get away with it because you have these worshipers here, you have these worshipers here, and they won't do it. Even if they know for a fact, even if the data they know is not true, or whatever came out of Kamala's mouth, Trump's mouth is fake, they will not expose it. Because they can't, because again, this has become some kind of another thing. It's like a boxing match. And we lose no matter who is selected. You understand? We lose. These two entities, these puppets, are fully in bed with the Federal Reserve. They're promising you what the Fed wants. The Fed's doing it. I've already told you the Fed's going to get a traitor in the White House. Whoever wins, realize this. Your guy, your girl, public enemy number one. Traitor number one, and should be hanged. That's really my take on it. But that's just look, man. Again, what I used to believe up until today, as a matter of fact, and I said this morning that we people, not you and me, we're way too smart for this, are being led to the slaughter. No, people are now walking themselves right in. Oh yeah, that's what they're doing, man. That's what they're doing, and they're laughing. They're laughing at us. They're not laughing at you and me, okay? Anyway, people, look. So with regard to when they want you to look somewhere, you must start thinking that something else is going to happen, all right? Everyone, as I said, is focused on the Middle East. It's being broadcast, okay? You remember what they did when the Iran was going to launch missiles? It's going to happen right now during the market. They had to allow the market to see it, so it wouldn't overreact. That's what the market always does. The market always overreacts one way or the other way. You understand? That's how we take advantage of this stuff. Now, with regard to what's happening now, there's a lot of attention on. The world is on edge. You got the dollar knee-jerk on fear. At the same time, you got this sell-off in the debt market as cash is now put on the side, getting ready to be redeployed into the stock market. Lions, listen to me on this one. I would never lead you wrong. Never, ever, ever. My highest priority, again, is to allow all of you to capitalize on what is going on here, okay? Period. We realize this. We know where cash is. Understanding the flow of cash through the markets overall it's too simple in this environment. It's too easy. So any dip that comes along, any one of them, we buy. Don't just go if you're putting some cash away, as I am all the time, okay, and you're looking for an opportunity to get in here, don't blow your whole wad. You know what I'm trying to say? Wait, because there's going to be another dip. We don't know when these are going to be, but when they happen, we buy. You know what I'm buying. Greg's an open book. Everyone knows what I'm doing here. Okay, it's too easy. And commodities, people. Commodities. You know what my take on commodities. They're real things. What you and I honestly are doing here by having these hedges with commodities, silver, Greg's favorite asset of all time, gold, my second favorite, platinum, palladium, one and the third. Okay, equal third. I own it all. I own copper too. Here's a piece of copper here that I own. And yes, before anyone has a baby over this, cryptocurrencies, including XRP. All right. I feel you need these things. Now, again, we realize that we're in a hyper debt situation. It's hyper economics. And this hyper economics promised today by Goolsby, the fiend, whatever it is, the creature, don't worry about it. He told the market, don't worry. We're going to be in here. That also means that mortgage rates are going to fall. So those of you that think maybe you missed the boat to refinance or whatever you want, no way did that happen, all right? Rates are coming down, and they're coming down hard. So just sit back, man. Sit back, relax, never overreact, just chill. You know, when I was in medicine, let's say a trauma would come in, or something that required like an immediate focus of attention here. Let's say you have a patient that came in here, their blood pressure, they're in shock, okay? Heart racing all over the place, blood pressure dropping, they're pale, they're incoherent. What do? Do you panic? No. You calm down first. That's how you can think. Because the moment you panic, you can't function. It locks your brain and you can't do these things. You have to be prepared for these things. So whenever something happens, for example, this port strike, and they were getting people riled up, the fear, the stores, the toilet paper that was selling out, dog food, cat food, whatever it might be, people going nuts here. Don't do this stuff. Just think about the situation here. What we have, again, this presidential selection means that there was, again, I downplayed it, understanding, number one, that we are in a presidential selection cycle. It wouldn't be allowed to go on. And even if it did, the Fed would jump in here anyway. There was no reason to panic. You can never panic, right? You just sit back, you evaluate, whatever it is in life, I don't care what it is, you sit back, you evaluate the situation, you take a deep breath, all right? And then you act. Don't just knee jerk into something. When you do that, what people do is they revert to a primal instinct. Primal instincts, maybe it's good, your flight or flight mechanism here. You hear a bomb blast, you should be running from it, not towards it. Obviously, your knee jerk is to move away from that bomb blast or whatever it might be. But when it comes down to having to engage your brain, you gotta slow down. You understand? Anyway, that's kind of it, man. I think we're really on the same page again with all this stuff. At least I hope so. I got a disaster. I am going to clean this mess here over the weekend. Anyway, before we get going here, people, we covered a lot. And is there anything specific that you guys and girls want to cover? Dude, absolutely. Look, shouldn't be any secret here. The world is de-dollarizing. This has been going on for quite a long time. This is from Dr. Rizwan. We all know that. The dollar is obviously a big part of what's happening. What's really the core of this is the United States of America. We've been the laughing stock of the world for a very, very long time. And unfortunately, that has caused the United States to be dethroned. And again, for those of you that looked it up, many of you didn't even have any idea, because no one's going to tell you that. Asia is now the economic engine of the world. We were the economic engine of the world. Our factories right now, okay, manufacturing, they don't have any orders. They're letting people go because they can't make things. And again, the problem, it makes me laugh when you hear Kamala, when you hear Trump saying, we're going to bring manufacturing back. We're going to bring it up. There'll be empty factories. No one wants our stuff. The United States of America, see, and all this is really, it's so, there are so many facets to what's happening here. I could go on and on. Without doing that, let's just sum it up like this. This is the fall of an empire. We're watching it before our eyes, and our lifestyles, because of this, is about to change dramatically. The United States, our biggest export product is propaganda, period. It used to be inflation to the rest of the world. How did we export our inflation to the rest of the world? Because of the dollar. The dollar is, again, at least for now, the world reserve currency. This is going to change. When this changes, your lifestyle here, if you live in America, is going to change dramatically. Okay, I don't think you understand the gravity of it, how profound it is for any nation to have the world reserve. There's going to be a lot more death, a lot of pain, a lot more suffering. The world is frankly sick of it. Sick of it. They're looking for alternatives here. And that's where all this other stuff comes in with the BRICS and everything else that's going on. Let's just see how this plays out. But there's no doubt, you should understand what I'm saying to you. That, again, just the fact that the United States is no longer the world's economic engine here. We're entering a new phase of a lot of things, man. It's unfortunate where we are. And you got to laugh, honestly. You're being sold a fairy tale on a scale that it's too astounding that people are buying it. I understand that people, again, it's maybe this learned helplessness, control mechanisms, whatever it be. You got Kamala over here promising her way to bring jobs back to the United States, and Trump with his way. Neither way is going to work. The jobs that have been lost are not coming back. The world economy, along with the United States, is contracting. It's contracting. It's contracting. XRP, thank you. Everyone knows about these tokenized assets. I was probably one of the first guys out here to start talking about this. I've written papers about it. If you do not subscribe to my newsletter, I would urge you to do that. The article I wrote a long time ago on tokenization, where we're going, this got published in a lot of journals, and a lot of people pick that up. It's so obvious. We already know their plan. They're telling us what it is. We, you and me, our very lives, our medical histories, our futures is going to be a tradable asset on a token. This is where we're going here, people. It almost sounds like science fiction, and maybe to some of you it sounds, but that's exactly where we're going here. But just going back to the dollar, people, listen to me. It's going away, man. It's going away very rapidly, unfortunately, for people that live in the United States and other people around the world. They're cheering about it. You have to understand, not everyone lives here in the United States, and our status is nothing what it used to be anymore. We were not only the economic engine, we were the envy of the world at one point. We've become the laughing stock. It's unbelievable, man. It really, really is what's happened here. There's nothing anymore. We're a shadow of what we once were, even as a people. Again, there's no respect for anyone anymore. There's people just don't seem to care about each other anymore. And that is leading to our own demise as well. But we do, you and me. We possess the power to turn this around. It's still not lost. It's not over. We have to rebuild this entire thing. And they're already shaping our future for us. If you think that your future is uncertain, you're completely misguided. Your future is absolutely certain. We know where we're going. Who controls the monetary system? Who controls the financial system, the financial markets, the flow of information? Okay, it ain't presidents, kings, queens, dictators, or monarchs, people. It's these central banks who have their bases in every continent around the world. It's a war. That war is against you. And they got two puppets right now. It doesn't matter who is selected from a financial standpoint. And that's the backbone of everything. Could be Trump. Could be Kamala. The promises they're making you aren't happening with about bringing jobs here or manufacturing back. Tariffs don't work. Biden's using tariffs right now. They're not working. Trump's very tariffs are being used now. It ain't working. You're not supposed to know that. Biden's not going to tell you. Kamala's not going to tell you. But that's fact. Okay. Throwing hundreds of billions of dollars at whatever Kamala's talking about over here, and that's her way to bring back manufacturing, it ain't working either. These jobs are gone. And the world is turning their back on the United States. And that means there's going to be more death, more pain, more war. It also means that your life is about to change dramatically moving forward. Dr. Isman, thank you. None of that's going to matter, man. No initiative, no cash, no nothing, man. We're in a downfall. The empire is failing. It's over. The world empire now, look, this is a plan. Don't take my word for what I'm saying. I really hope you don't. And start doing research. This has all been thought out before. Everything that we're seeing here has been laid out deliberately. Every step that is taken, all the politics, all the this, the that, the other thing. It's a way of pushing us into a future that they've already set for all of us. And part of that future is a neo-feudal system. The elimination of the middle class is becoming extinct. This is an extinction level event. I've talked about this for an hour freaking long. That's where we're going. We don't have anyone with the guts to tell you that. Imagine for a moment, really honestly, if Kamala, if Trump were to lay out the truth to you. They can't do it. They can't tell you who's actually in control, who's pulling the strings, who's responsible for the financial system. They want you to think it's them. And some people believe it. It's just not true. It's just absolutely false. Anyway, people, man. I think we're there. You all know that. But look, we're taking action, man. This sounds like bad. And it really is. And there's no way out. Unfortunately, there is a way out. And you and I have already laid out all the solutions. It's the polar opposite of what Trump is promising us. It's the polar opposite of what Kamala is promising us. What the Fed is promising us, lower rates, weaker currency. You know that. But that's what we're getting, and there's no accountability. No one's gonna call these people out. And that's, again, they're laughing at us. They're laughing that by not calling them out, they can do anything they want to. They can say anything they want to because they know they got people, again, mind locked into whatever they can't do it. Because again, that would allow people to come together. People like to be where they are. People like to be here and there. It's an interesting concept. Again, the two-party system. If there were a third, it would confuse people. There must only be two. And again, that's how they divide people. It's amazing. The lions and cubs take pride. Yeah, we all do, man. Israel, thank you. And the people that are here, I sit here and I preach to the choir, and I know that. But that's where you guys and girls come in all the time. I say, listen, man, get this stuff out there, share it, and man, let's just, if we could imagine if every day, and I've been out here for for a long time, many years, man. And if we could get through to a few people every day, and maybe they get through to a few more people, and they get through to a few more people, bam, 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 we could change the world. I've been telling you this forever. If I believe one person is capable of doing that. If one person is capable of doing that, imagine what we can do together. We have come together. You see this community here. We realize what's happening to us. We've developed our own paradigm in many ways. And it's a beautiful thing. I love being a part of this. I can't tell you. I never knew what this would turn into. In my wildest dreams, had I ever known that this would grow into what it has grown into. And I'm looking forward to being here. And when this whole thing, I'm already seeing it now. The world economy is in collapse. The markets are going higher. And the faster the economy collapses, the higher the market's going to go. It's a phenomenon that I have spoken about for years. Have I nailed it? Have we nailed it? This isn't Greg's thing. This is our thing. All right. And we are stronger together. You understand? I think all of you got it. I think pretty much we're there. Anyway, man, let's just look for a false flag here. Look for what they're going to do. Let me just lay another few things out for you real quick. And this isn't just going to happen over this weekend, but it's going to be the theme moving forward. Someone here had mentioned weaponizing weather. Yes, weather is being weaponized. What's happened here? Biden is now going to Congress asking for more money for the disaster of the last hurricane here in Florida. It's part of the mechanism, man. Absolutely. You could expect more of this. It's about people. I have said to all of you for years, many years, they're going to do things to us that do seem like science fiction, like it cannot possibly be real. It's all a mechanism to pull more cash into the now. Absolutely. Weaponizing the weather, as abstract as that seems. You know what's even more abstract? Did you know that, well, this has been going on for Enron, for example. They wanted to trade weather. They actually built a whole model around it. I wouldn't be surprised to see that either. Weather can be manipulated, obviously. And they're going to weaponize the weather too and use it, as is happening right now, to pull more cash into them. People expect anything. And let me tell you something else. When you see something on the live vision, I don't care what it is, an assassination attempt or what it is, it's probably fake. It's probably staged. You have to understand, it's not real. The environment we are in, it's not real. I don't know the way to put it. Anyway, just expect things. And I know you do, if you've been with me any length of time, that people can't believe. That just seem too abstract to possibly be real. It's real. And when they get you to, again, I'm telling you, I am overly concerned about this. When they make you focus somewhere, you really got to not focus over there, because we know what's going to happen. Why are people focused over there? We already know what's going to happen. You and I, nobody has called it better than us. So what are we going to do? We're going to sit and focus on something that we know is already happening and is going to? No. We're too smart for that. We're going to start to raise our awareness and look over in another spot. Does that make sense to you? Because this is how they operate. People have been dumbed down to the point, again, they can't chew gum, walk and chew gum at the same time. So it's too easy to manipulate them, to lie to them, to get them to believe anything, anything. All right, look, man. I think the mothership has been spotted. That too. Oh, just wait for it. I mean, man, just it's too much. People, you and me, I believe that we've kind of got up to speed on what's happening. And so what we're gonna do is what we always do every Friday, but more so, we're gonna do this first. We're gonna put this week behind us. Okay, it went pretty much exactly as we said it would. All right, and it's gonna continue to do so. I just want people to understand something else. I'm gonna leave you off with this before we do our 3 things, and I want you to do it with me. Okay, my job is really pretty easy. All right. I look at things, I look at data, I talk to everybody. Okay? Is connecting the dots. Connecting the dots is really all I do. And I look at the most likely outcome. That's it. It's really not difficult. I mean, if I were to work, for example, for one of the Wall Street super banks, you know what they pay somebody like me? Astronomical sums. But the job I have is simple to me. Once you get your head around it and you're able to pay attention to it's all about the big picture to me. All right. I look at the macro and then I kind of focused on the smaller things. So what I'm saying is, and why I'm bringing this up here, is because the way things are lining up now, and I brought this up for many, many, many months, 2025 is not looking pretty. And I'll even go further than that. As I've been saying, after the selection takes place, right now, expect this environment for the next almost a month or so until the selection. Expect this to be a Goldilocks. Expect fake propaganda to be shoved at you. They're going to tell you how great everything is. It's beautiful. It's perfect. And they will not justify why the Fed's in here utilizing emergency monetary policy. But you're not supposed to know that. People don't understand QE or quantitative easing or what it's actually used for, and how it works. You understand? They have no idea. And this is why they're laughing at us. They're laughing. But you and I are laughing louder, harder back. We're utilizing every weapon in our own arsenals, okay, to stay on the right side of this. And that's the beauty of what you and I have been doing. We're hedged across the board. Doesn't really matter what happens. All right. Anyway, look, we'll carry this on. Exactly. On, Mitch. Anyway, people, that's yes, man, this channel is being shadow banned. I've been hearing from more and more of you. Check to see if you're subscribed. I would really appreciate that. A lot of you don't even who think you're subscribed to this channel. You've been unsubscribed. You've been unsubscribed. They do this without you even knowing about it. And then, of course, hit the notification bell. What do you expect? This stuff that we cover here is at an extremely high level here. It's like government, secret stuff that we cover here, but it's all out in the open. Honestly, it's too simple. It's too simple to me, and I'm sure to you too. You're not supposed to know these things that we cover here, but that's okay. I'm still out here. They're still allowing me to talk, and that's fine. And one day when they take me down, you know where I'm going to be. I'm going to post right directly to my newsletter. I don't need to post anywhere else. I have my own platform, which cannot be censored or taken off. That's my Substack. Link in the description of this video. So 2 things. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Make sure you subscribe to my newsletter. There's so much stuff that I put out there, and I'm planning on writing an article tomorrow. I don't have a day off. You realize I work 7 days a freaking week. And that's why sometimes I get so bent out of shape, man. It even affects my personal life sometimes. It's unfortunate. Anyway, let's put this week behind us. As I said, we're gonna refocus. At the same time, be ready for anything. Spirit child, thank you. I appreciate that. People, Bring it in. Bring it in. You ready? You ready? Are you ready? Love each other. Care about each other. Be charitable. People that said we, you, and me. We have the power, John, thank you, to change the world. Focus on that, and we will change the world, all right? I'll see all of you Sunday for my markets to look ahead. John, thanks again, man. And that's it, people, all right? Love you from the heart. Please comment. Get the video out there. I'll see you Sunday, as I said. And look out tomorrow. More than likely tomorrow, I'm going to be putting out something for all of you that do subscribe to my newsletter. You're going to want to read it. I'll see you later.